Hello, my friends. My name is Ryan Freeman. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, today I am going to talk about the beautiful, wonderful life that I envisioned before coming to Taiwan. I had the sudden realization that many of the things that I wanted to happen have come true. And then I thought, Ryan, why aren't you happy? Because like you, if you're a human, you have ups and downs in life, and sometimes you're up and you're so grateful for everything, and sometimes you're down and all you can think about is the problems in your life. But here I was thinking that I had wanted to work at a public school. I had wanted to have a school full of wonderful students, and I do. I love my classes. I have one of the best seats in the office. I'm like right next to these windows where I can look out at the mountain. I have a balcony. I can go out and stare at the rain or watch the kids play. I've got a great school, good staff, a supportive staff. I've got great students. Nothing's perfect. There's problems everywhere you work. And sometimes, if you're like me, I focus on the problems. I don't realize all of the good points. And so that's kind of what the point of this video is. Because I was sort of in a depression maybe a couple weeks ago. I had some drama happen at work. Not going to get into it. But I got into a bit of a depression, and I was just focusing on really very small things, small problems, not big problems. And then once I sort of got out of it, I just had this realization that, Ryan, you found a great school, you found a great place to live. My vision of when I was coming to Taiwan was that I would live not far from the sea, not far from the mountains, and yet still have all of the conveniences of a major city. And I live right next to Monkey Mountain. It takes 5 minutes to walk from my apartment to a trail that takes me up a small mountain, large hill, full of monkeys. And it's tropical, it's wild, it's a blast as someone who is from Southern California, a very different type of climate and hiking terrain. And then if I want to go to the sea, it's a 10-minute, maybe 15 minutes, but about 10-minute scooter ride to a beach, to the coast. So I'm literally walking distance from beautiful hiking trails, a very expansive hiking trails. I live not far from the sea. 10 minutes by scooter, 15 minutes maybe. And I'm at this gorgeous park. I mean, this is the Fine Arts Park in Kaohsiung. There's a fine arts museum. There's a smaller museum called the Neiwei Art Center. There's a man-made lake. There's a man-made river. There's all of these really nice places to chill out, make videos, have a picnic. Great landscaping. And this is a 3-4 minute bicycle ride from my apartment. So my location is fantastic. I wanted to establish myself at a jiu-jitsu gym and really become an integral part of it, and bond with people. And, whenever you start at any sort of gym or work environment and you're new, it takes a while for you to build those relationships. But I really do feel like I'm an important part of my jiu-jitsu gym. And I love it. It's one of the highlights of my week. And this last weekend, we had a seminar from one of the best coaches, if not the best coach or one of the best coaches in Taiwan. And we all drank beer after, and I got to connect with people in my own language and even connect with other people who are Taiwanese and get to a much deeper level. So I accomplished that. I've improved my jiu-jitsu. And then I have a beautiful young girlfriend, like the girl of my dreams, and I've got her. She doesn't live in my city right now. But she comes and visits me as often as she can. Sometimes when I get to where I want it to go, whether it's a job, whether it's relationships, whether it's the skill level in jiu-jitsu, whether it's the type of classes that I want to construct. It's so satisfying to get there, and then after a while, after I've become accustomed to it, it's suddenly I stop appreciating it, and I just focus on the little problems all the time. It's like this is an analogy, but television. I have a beautiful 50-inch high-definition television, and when I first got it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But now when I turn it on, I'm just watching TV. It's like I don't appreciate this beautiful television. Back when I was a young child, I watched, a 13-inch black and white screen that was fuzzy, and I loved it. And then I got a bigger TV, and it was like, wow. And then a color TV and a bigger TV. And it's like every time you progress to the next stage of where you want to go or what you want to acquire, you have that feeling of wow. But after a little while, that wow sort of fades off, and then you're looking at problems or you want something more. But I just had this realization. I was walking around my apartment and looking out. I've got an apartment with a beautiful view, beautiful views. And I was like, Ryan, you had a vision, a couple years ago of living in this country in the ideal place, at the ideal job, with the ideal schedule. Like I even wanted to go to a jiu-jitsu gym that trained a specific style of jiu-jitsu called no-gi and did it earlier than later. And I found this gym. And the school is, nothing is perfect. There are problems. If you're critically analyzing things, there are problems. You can see good and bad. You can see problems everywhere. But when you just take in the view, sort of just without that critical judging faculty, you start to appreciate your life. It just sort of wafts over you. And I had that moment, and I was like, okay, life's not bad. Why so glum? But despite that, I know that I will have days in the future where I'll go back down in the dumps, I'll worry about something, and then, your thoughts can allow you to spiral out of control, and you think that, your life is over, or this is ruined, or you got to find a new job, or you got to find a new girlfriend, and it's just this sort of paranoid delusion. Sometimes maybe it's true. I mean, I'm not saying that our critical judging faculties are not an important part of our mind-body apparatus, but what I'm just trying to say is sometimes when that thing goes haywire and that thing just takes control, you forget just how at peace you are with your surroundings. Even my apartment, when I walk through the door a lot, I get a nice greeting from the office management or the security guard. When I go to 7-Eleven, they know what kind of coffee I want. They joke with me. They laugh at me. Even though I don't speak Chinese well enough to really say that I can have real conversations with people, but I know enough to have small interactions. And also because I don't speak Chinese fluently, I'm always given the opportunity to improve my Chinese. And improving skills is an important part of happiness in my point of view, like improving my teaching, improving my jiu-jitsu, improving my videos with YouTube. Hopefully that's happening. I don't know. I think I need to do it more often. So, I didn't necessarily come down here to this park to do a positive video. In fact, I was going to do a video about the problems of disconnection, because you will sometimes feel a little disconnected as an expat in another country because of the cultural differences, because of the language barrier. But I found as soon as I jumped on my bicycle to come here, that waft, that sudden realization of how wonderful life is and how happy I am here just came over me. I think another key factor, and this is sort of a rambling video, it's not necessarily on topic. I think another thing is movement, is activity. Like one thing that will affect my mental state negatively the most is if I am indoors for too long by myself doing nothing. You know, if I'm just like I like that. I really do like to throw back a beer and watch my favorite channels on YouTube or listen to a pod. Oh, it's raining. So this is also something. It rained cats and dogs today. I loved it. I was out on the balcony of my school just enjoying the shower of the rain. I thought I had a window of no rain, and maybe it's not going to come down too hard. And I didn't bring a raincoat, but you know, it's not so bad to get a little wet. It's not bad at all. Soaked, you know, and catching pneumonia, now that's bad, but getting a little wet isn't so bad, and my cameras will be fine. You know, I will definitely be on this camera again telling you about problems in my life, or this isn't going well, or blah blah blah, complaining. But overall, you know, when I really sink down into my whole being of how I feel very good. It's that worrier, that little part of our brain, that the troubleshooter that's always looking for trouble, that sometimes leads me to believe, and I think a lot of humans, that things aren't good, that there's danger, there's problems. But actually, there are dangers, there are problems, but for the most part, things work really well. Like my school is an old school, and there's like lots of problems with like doors and things and processes, but it all works. It all works, and everyone's, for the most part, enjoying themselves. It's really refreshing to be around young people. I feel that one of the best boosts to my energy, one of the best boosts to my mood, is my job. When I'm teaching classes, when I am in the classroom, actually engaging with students in having fun, or having a meaningful talk, or whatever it is, I always feel so much better, and I feel energized. But when I'm staying in the office for too long, I like to be in the office. I like to talk with my desk mate about all sorts of stuff, but when I'm there for too long, I go crazy. And that is one of the things that I was going to talk about, disconnection, is because I'm a lot of the people in my office don't really speak English very well, and so I'm not able to like just have lots of casual conversations with them. I guess I should start practicing my Chinese with them. So I go to the gym. I've been practicing this dance my girlfriend wants me to do. I know you're probably saying you're so gay, Ryan. Well, I'm not gay, okay? But even if I was, what does it matter? So go to the gym, read a book, get outside, do stuff, keep busy, keep moving, and don't worry about the rain. The only thing I do worry about coming to this park are the mosquitoes. And I will say this, there have been a few students at my school that have gotten dengue fever, dengue, I think is what the Chinese call it, from mosquitoes. So there is that danger, but the medical system here is fantastic. Not saying that you should chance it, but anyways, thank you for watching this video. I've rambled off long enough. I didn't really necessarily plan to talk about this until I got on my bicycle and just started feeling good again. I'm going to go back to my apartment. I probably will start feeling bad after 2 hours of just sitting around. And then I'll go to jiu-jitsu, feel great again. And, you know, that's life. Up, down, up, down, up, down, right? It would be boring if it was all level. Thank you for watching this channel. Put your comments down below. My name's Ryan Freeman. Bye-bye.